Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Abel with Revamp Fit, and today we have a special one. We're gonna do 3 ankle mobility drills for those really tight ankles, and this is gonna be really important because it's gonna help out with any athletic sports, squatting, deadlifting, and things of that nature. So to just get started, if we go over the ankle joint itself, we have the plantar flexion, right? You pressing your toes down, and then you have Dorsi-Flexion, right? So it's important that we're able to comfortably get through both of those movements. All right, so the first movement we have, we're gonna practice plantar flexion. So we're just gonna get started. We're gonna come in a position with our knees about shoulder width apart, and we're gonna extend our toes down just as if we're doing the plantar flexion movement. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna have our hands right here, and since we're doing mobility, we're gonna come down to a point where you feel a stretch right over here on your ankle right here. Hold it for about 5 seconds, and then you're gonna come right back up. All right, so you're gonna go down for 5 seconds. You should really feel it right here, and obviously a great stretch for your quads too, and right back up. All right, so you're gonna go down and right back up. All right, so we're doing this for 5 sets of 5 seconds, and it's mobility and not flexibility. So you want to be in constant motion. You don't want to hold it still for too long. All right, so you can practice that. If you have more ankle mobility, you can go all the way to the floor and come right back up. If you have more time, you can even practice it a little bit longer as well. All right, okay, so the next one we have is actually the bottom of the foot. Okay, and I have a tennis ball that we're gonna use today. If you don't have this, I'll give you guys some variations and different things that you can use. And you're gonna place it directly underneath your foot. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna apply some pressure and you're gonna roll your foot. What I like to do is I'll go for about 30 seconds on the heel. Then I'll go 30 seconds on the outside of my foot. I'll do 30 seconds pressing up with the inside of my foot. And as you can see, I'm basically crushing the ball in half, applying a good amount of pressure. And then I like to do maybe about a minute of just rolling it with a good amount of tension. All right, and this is especially really important because what you're doing is myofascial release. You're breaking down all the tension that's placed on that one connective band, which runs from your heel to your big toe. And if that's tight, then your ankles will be tight. And with tight ankles, what happens is it throws off your entire gait, right? Since you're not going to be able to go into this motion, it's going to start to affect your knees. If your knees get affected, it will start to affect your hips and so forth. So this will be a good way to practice that, and it's also going to feel really good. You're basically giving yourself a massage. All right? So both feet, 30 seconds on each side, and then a minute through. All right? So we have one more movement for you guys that you guys can practice. All right? And this is going to be, again, to practice the Dorsi-Flexion, right? And if you have the equipment for it, if you have a band, that would be awesome. I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can improve the Dorsi-Flexion. All right? So before I put on the band, just to show you real fast, Dorsi-Flexion is your ability to come right here. This is Dorsi-Flexion. So you can see how it's important to have that proper range of movement right here, proper range of motion, so that you can be able to squat properly. If you're not able to get into that proper range of motion right here, what's gonna happen is when you're squatting, you're gonna go on your toes, or your foot might collapse in, or other strange things, which will cause pain in different areas. All right. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna bring a band, and you're gonna place it right above the talus right here, right? So not too high up or not too low, just right above, right over here. And you're gonna bring your foot forward, and there should be a good amount of resistance on the band, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna do the same movement for 5 seconds. You're gonna go right here, pause for a few seconds, and then you're gonna come back up. If you're doing this right, you should feel the talus dropping back. And this is a hinge joint. So when you're doing this, the band is gonna influence the motion and the talus to drop back. So you're gonna go right here, keep your heel on the plate, or whatever platform you're on, and then you're gonna go right back. All right? If you need a little bit more load, you can even maybe use a kettlebell, anything heavy, to practice this movement. Forward, holding it for a second or two, and you're gonna feel that you're getting into new ranges of motion just because of the assistance of these two pieces of equipment. And right back. All right, forward and back. Okay, so if you don't have either of these equipments, daily, if you practice this motion right here, maybe if you're here a few weeks ago or maybe a month ago, right, you'll find yourself with more range of motion. You can drive your knees forward and we'll be able to squat deep. All right, so do this all the time. Do it on both legs, right? And also just to kind of come back to the ball. If you don't have a tennis ball at your disposal, you can use maybe like a frozen water bottle, which will actually help out. If you have any tension, the ice will kind of break down the inflammation. Or you can use maybe a band or like a squat bar or anything of that sort. All right? All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like and subscribe for future content, and we'll see you guys very soon.